people a lot. So I told him, actually I do remember something. You interrupt people a lot. He said, yes, I know that. Give me some new one. What does this mean? You already know it and you don't work on it whatsoever and you want more homework. And just like the kid who's got a lot of homework and he goes to the other teacher, please give me some more homework. We'll finish what you have already. So this guy, he's got one issue. Many people have told him about it before. And his claim was he likes to improve himself. He likes people to give him advice. He got this advice before a number of times that he interrupts. And he didn't work on it. And he wants more homework. So I told him, it's not acceptable. If you know this, work on it. Do something about it. And let me tell you this. When you want to change is easy. When you really want to change, it's easy. When you want to wake up for Fajr, it's easy. It's really difficult when you don't really want to. When you would love to be of the people of Fajr, but you don't really want to, it's hard to get up for Fajr. But when you have to get up early because you're going to some thrill park or you're traveling or catching a plane, you're up and your clothes are ready and everything. It's great. And you're up immediately. The minute the alarm clock rings, you turn it off immediately. You don't have to snooze 17 times like when it's Fajr time. When you want to change is easy. I'll give you the example. And it's really a phenomenal example of the companion when he came to the Prophet ﷺ, the Bedouin Arab. He came to the Masjid of the Prophet ﷺ, and then he told the Prophet ﷺ, I'm a man from the Bedouins, and I have their crudeness. We're harsh, they're hard, the Bedouins. So give me some advice. So the Prophet ﷺ told him, فَلَا تَسُبَّنَّ أَحَدًا. 3 words. Do not curse anyone. That's it. 3 words, he said. Do not curse anyone. So then look what he does, and look what happens immediately. He says, فَمَا سَبَبْتُ أَحَدًا وَلَا شَاةً وَلَا بَعِيرًا. He said, then I never from that day cursed anyone, nor any sheep, nor a camel. Now the Prophet said, don't curse people or animals. Why did he add animals? And why did just 3 words change him for the rest of his life? You know why? Because he wanted to change. He wanted to change. And if you interrupt people, and if you really want to change, is it that difficult? It's really not that difficult. It's not like he's going to be holding his mouth and then his other hand is going to be trying to free his mouth so he can interrupt people. It's not that difficult. If you really want to change, it's not that difficult. If you want to improve your akhlaq, you work on it. So this man came, he wanted to improve his akhlaq. He said, I'm crude, I'm harsh. Prophet said, do not curse anyone. Look what happened to him. He didn't curse anyone ever again, but he also added to it sheep and camel. It's not like he's going to stop cursing people, but curse the living daylights out of his herd. And it's not that he said, okay, I'm going to curse, keep cursing today. Next week I'll decrease by 1 curse. The week after that I'll decrease by another curse. And after that I'll keep decreasing. No. Nor did he stop cursing. Are we supposed to stop or something? Nor did he stop cursing for a few weeks and then come back to it. Like those people who quit smoking, to pick on the smokers. They stop, they're back to it. They stop, just don't stop there. You're making me sick with your stop and come back. And what is it? Just stop. I'll tell you, one of my professors, she said, this old lady, she said, I stopped smoking 1973, I'm changing the dates obviously, 1973, July 14, 5:36 p.m. Like that. And she never had a cigarette again from that day. You know why? Because she wanted to change. She'd have to get the gum, the patch, I don't know what it is, where you put this and you put that in there to get the nicotine. And she'd have to do any of that. She said, I stopped this date, that time, and that's it. And never ever had a cigarette after that. Because she wanted to. The companion, the Prophet said 3 words, it was enough to change him for the rest of his life. He stopped immediately, and he didn't go back to it again, and he added the animals to the list as well. Never cursed again, because he wanted to change. When someone doesn't want to change, sometimes what it requires, the shrink, lie down on the couch, and let's go back and dig into your childhood. And when did this happen? And you have perhaps some repressed memories, and let's hypnotize you, and maybe I'll smack you around a little bit. All these things just to get him to do one simple thing, to leave something simple. Now, of course, I'm not belittling the fact that there are issues where people might need therapy and everything, but there are other issues that are simple. And there seems to be therapy for everything now, Even simple things people can't change. People can't even change their eating habits. That you have to go get surgery done to staple your stomach, or there's some device that now you put it in your mouth and it limits how much you can eat. I mean, how bad is it when I have to cover my mouth because I can't control myself? It's that bad. It can't be that bad. But when you want to change, change isn't that difficult. When you don't want to change, you have excuses for it. It's who I am. It's my nature. It was a business meeting. It was this, it was that. So, one way is that we get... how much time do we have, by the way?
We have about...
Now? 4 minutes?
No, half hour.
Half hour is too long, I think.
Yeah, it's up to you to finish whenever you like.
I think people have been waiting for so long. We'll just wrap up now.
And I'll ask somebody. That's okay.
Question answer session.
Inshallah. You know, too much talk and then we'll forget where we started from and we'll forget most of the things. Anyways, so you know, now you're all probably students, you all study here together, and you all probably, you know, everyone in the room at least knows one other person. So we can all give each other advice, right? And when your brother comes or your sister comes to give you advice, you accept it. Because sometimes people can see things in you that you can't see for yourself. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ described the believer as being what? The mirror. Al-mu'min mir'atu akhi. That the believer is the mirror to his brother. And obviously the sister, the mirror to her sister as well. Now, and I don't have too much time for that, but it's another exercise in and of itself that's so amazing. Why did the Prophet ﷺ liken the believer to a mirror? Why to a mirror? Why didn't he just say the believer gives nasiha to his other believer, to his brother or to their sister? Why did he say like a mirror? You know, because I'm going to give you one. Maybe you can give me 5 or 10 others. So when you look in the mirror, let's say you're going out and there's some important event and you've got your outfit set. Everything is black on black. So you got a black tie, black suit, black shirt, black shoes, and you're black too, that's a bonus. And this is going to be really, really awesome, and it's incredibly cool. You stand in front of the mirror to check everything out, then you find a big feather, let's say a big white feather stuck in your hair. The mirror showed that to you in your reflection. Usually I would like to go with a big booger. I like disgusting things. So let's stick with the booger. So you see, I mean, because I don't want you to forget the example. You're in the mirror, you're looking at yourself, you're so cool, you give yourself the wink and the gun, and then you discover that there's something huge there. I mean, it's so big that it can speak. It says, hello. So now, do you get angry at the mirror because it showed you this flaw? Do you say, why did you show that to me? I was in a good mood, I was on cloud 9. Leave me to walk out like this. You appreciate the mirror showing you a flaw. Usually you wouldn't expect that you would appreciate someone or something showing you a flaw. But you should. What if your brother came to you and said, by the way, there's a huge nazola in your nose. Please remove it. You would say, Jazakallah khair. That's why when I was going like this to those people, they were looking at me funny. Thank you for being the only one who cared. So when the mirror shows you something, one, you appreciate what the mirror shows you, even if it's a flaw. True? Second thing, the mirror showed it to you immediately. It didn't say, well, he's feeling good now, let him walk out like this. When he comes at night, I'll show him that he has something wrong with him. It's like, now, I had a friend, I used to make this mistake for a year. I didn't know it was wrong, it was a fiqh issue. 1 year later, he tells me, oh, by the way, you do this and it's wrong. I said, yeah, akhi, for a year you've been seeing me do this mistake. You never told me? What are you waiting for? After we have a good plate of biryani, then we have some shai, and then we relax, then you break out the bad news. The mirror breaks out the bad news immediately, and you appreciate it, because I don't want to walk around with that. Right. So, it tells you immediately, you appreciate what it shows you, even if it's a flaw. Same way, your brother or your sister, they see a flaw, they tell you immediately. They don't let you walk around making a fool out of yourself. And even if they tell you something wrong with you, you appreciate it because you want to correct it and fix yourself. Someone told me there's a list of like 30 things. What else? How else are you like a mirror when you give advice to your brother?
You give it as it is. No.
Jazakallah khair. Very good. The mirror shows you exactly